What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to the Tyrant 10. This is where we bring you some industry news, a little bit of helpful information, or some info on parts that you may be interested in. I am Mike here on behalf of Tyrant CNC. Those guys right there, speaking of the hat, new merch drop if you're into the chocolate chip desert camo. So today we're going to be talking about some news and these fellas right here, magazine extensions, because there's something you need to pay attention to if you are going to be running mag extensions. I dig the Tyrant ones. I have been running them long before I was doing a vlog for them. Let's go ahead and pop it off with a little bit of that news. Well, first up in the news, good stuff for us. More states going the way of constitutional carry, which is absolutely awesome. And more states are signing legislation saying they are going to be a 2A safe haven, which is absolutely beautiful because that saves our rights, gives federalism back to the states where it should be, to see laws in their state enforced as they see fit. We also had well over 100 elected officials or representatives write a letter to the ATF or AFT, according to the sleepy guy, telling them to back off the brace ban because braces matter and stop bracism. Braces are cool, braces are awesome, and we should all be able to own them because let's just face it, we should be able to own pretty much whatever we want. That's what the Second Amendment says. And that's pretty clear to me, and I think you as well. There has been some good news on ammo. I've been watching it tick down in price. The last 1,000 rounds of 9mm I got was about $450 instead of the $650 case I bought like 2 weeks prior. So I guess I'm taking it in the pants on that one, but it is coming down. It's getting a little bit more available, and hopefully that trend will continue as long as nobody else in the government says anything stupid, or I guess more stupid than things they've already said, to cause another panic buy. And we are gonna stop it right there for the news because it was pretty much all positive, except for one thing. Let's sneak one more thing in, and that is a company came out with a gun that looks just like a Lego. I don't know if that was supposed to be cool or supposed to be funny or just flat out a bad decision from the marketing group or design company. It looks like this. I'll throw a picture up, but I saw a picture of this thing and I was like, that's a really bad idea. And of course, a lot of other people thought the same thing and they've already pulled it off their website. All right, so now on to the magazine extensions, the topic of the part of the day. Tons of people run mag extensions, myself included, whether it's on a Glock or a Smith or whatever you got. Running a magazine extension is awesome, gives you a little bit more weight, drop that mag if you're a competition shooter, a couple more rounds if you're into self-defense, or I'll take capacity over shot placement. Whatever camp you fall in, I'm totally cool with it. But there are things you need to take into account when you add magazine extensions. And one of those is gonna be how you index that magazine when you go to do a tactical exchange, an empty gun reload, or emergency reload. Whatever it is, it's going to change the way that feels for you. So we're gonna go ahead and get an up close look at this. And I wanna show you what and how this can affect magazine exchanges if you add these and don't do a little bit of practice and then go live with them on the range. And this is gonna be relevant whether you are carrying this as a backup in your appendix rig or whether you're gonna be indexing it from your favorite belt setup, like that one right there. It's a belt, it'll be fine, don't worry about it, it's tough, it's gonna live. So let's go ahead and take a really good look at this and I'll show you guys, and then we'll kind of wrap this up, talk about one more thing. All right, everybody, so I've got my belt here and I got everything set up because I want you to see it from this kind of downward angle. So imagine my hands or your hands, or I can imagine your hands over my hands, whatever kind of moment you guys want to have right now. Promise we won't judge. Everybody else promise in the comment section you won't judge, or at least judge minimally. Because this is kind of what it's going to look like as you look down at this on your belt. So talking about how the magazine exchanges can change once you put the extensions on there. So a typical standard Glock mag, right? As we're out there in the range, we're doing our thing. We get that nice slide lock. We're going to reach down. We're going to index that mag. We're going to pull up and out, and we're going to come out with it like this. So that's a snap cap. So it's going to be indexed like that. We're going to have our pointer finger on the tip of that round. We can feel that nice round. And we know, insert the mag, send that thing into battery, and we are good to go. So the problem that we will run into with a aftermarket extension like this, not the problem, but something you need to take into account for training. Look at that thing. Look how beat up that mag extension is. I use this one all the time. So the difference is going to be, I'm gonna take that mag out, lock this back. As you index this mag from down here and you pull it out of the pouch, see how much further down my finger is, okay? One, you have to kind of creep up to index that round because If you reach down and you feel pointy item like that right there, you done messed up, Ron. You either forgot to load your magazine or you put an empty back in your mag pouch. Either one is not optimal, because if you're doing an emergency reload, there's generally going to be a reason. So when you index this, you're going to be a little bit lower. What that can also cause is it changes how you're going to insert that mag, because your placement is different because of that length. So you could bounce off your mag well, you could hit your hand, because just think, that's about a 1/2 inch. So that's a little bit more. That change in angle can cause a difference, right? So because of that, I love mag extensions. You've got to do some of that dry fire practice. You have got to understand that even the simplest thing like that, or say one of their magazine releases, you've got to dry it out. You know, just shake that gear out, do a little dry practice, and then go out there and bang out with some real practice and get things done. So I wanted you guys to see that, because whether you're carrying in the appendix up front or whatever you're doing, indexing that magazine, like I said, okay, like that, as compared to a factory mag like this, that's a decent change, and you need to pay attention to that. So we're gonna talk about one more thing. We're gonna wrap this up. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that moment we all just shared together. So it really does make a big difference, especially if you go and you feel sharp instead of round. You know that you accidentally grabbed the wrong mag, or you forgot to load one or whatever because it's empty. You should always feel that round tip on there. Always just a round tip, remember that one. So when you do that, you need to get a lot of dry rips in, because you can be super fast and slick with your reloads out there. Once you go changing something like that, it can have a dramatic difference, especially under stress. Now, I don't know if you've been like me in the past, or if you've done this recently. I'll say it louder for the people in the back. Have you ever been the person, and raise your hand at home right now, that's changed a part on your rifle, your pistol, and didn't go test fire it? I've done it. I think everybody's probably done it at some point. It happens. Now, I don't go swapping barrels or triggers or something like that without testing it, but I have done it with small parts that can matter. One of those small parts that can matter is that magazine extension, a trigger, a magazine release. You know, say you go with a Tyrant mag release and you get one of these, that can have a dramatic effect on how things operate, whether it's going to hit your holster right, or, you know, things like that you need to pay attention to. Well, my advice to you guys would be is do the same thing that I have pretty much implemented. What I do now is I try not to act like the kid on Christmas morning, where I see the box, I rip the box open, I install the part, and I'm like, wow, that's really cool. And then I put it on whatever I'm putting it on, and then I put it in the safe, or I carry it and I don't test it out. So what I try to do now is keep this for the night before, open it up, install it, be happy about it then, do a couple dry fires, and then go out there on the range, get loud, go live, and run it like a boss. Ooh, it's clean, it's clean, it's clean, it's clean. That was my high one. 584. 1-2 on that first one. If I bring that down to a second, I can actually clean that up quite a bit, but I'm close. It's only like 3 yards. If you make some flubs out there because that index is a little bit different, laugh it off and just do a couple more. Don't get frustrated, and bang away. Well, bang away within reason and save a little bit of money. Well, that's what I've got for you all today. I hope you guys liked the Tyrant 10. A little bit of news, a little bit of industry parts, a little bit of knowledge, maybe if you haven't thought about those little parts that we all change. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn the notification icons on, and leave us a comment down below on what you guys want to see on the next Tyrant 10. You guys get out there and have some fun, and I will see you guys real soon.